What we're going to do in this video is have a look at gold, the current price, and we're going to look at a trade plan to get involved in the next opportunity, buy opportunity. It's bullish. Before we get into that, this is the monster trade strategy that I've been talking about. If you have a look at my YouTube channel, you'll see, or you can do a search for monster trade. In my trading view, you can scroll down, and we started this one back here on August the 13th. So this is the monster trade strategy. If you haven't watched it, it's probably a good watch. And we're going to have a look at this, how to get involved from a price action perspective purely. And I'll share this on TradingView. But before I do, here's an easy way that you can trade this strategy. All right, you're looking for the green signals only, okay? And you can try this 100% free. So you just take the green signals when they fire. And what will happen is these ones that you took up in here got taken out after you close 60% and you move your stop loss up. So it's profitable when it pulls back. Okay, that's important. So all of these trades through here are gone because of this pullback. However, these are still, try to get your head around what this is worth. If we just scroll back to here, if these trades are still in and now you're currently here, what's that worth? So what you've done is you take 60% off each one every time you open a new trade on the next signal. And you take 60% off the previous trade, and then you just move your stop loss up a little bit. So if it gets taken out, it's profitable. So all of these trades are still in. And I've got guys who are following me who are in this monster trade. They're still trading this, and they're active. And the target, let's just scrunch it up. Just take that out for a second. Scrunch it up. This is the target up in here. So I'll just mark that up. That's an A target. Previous high, okay. All right. Now, all you need to do is just switch that on and run with the next green signal. Open the trade, and when you open the next one, when this pulls back, the previous one, you close 60% and then you move your stop loss up halfway. Move your stop loss up halfway. That's it. And then just leave them in the system. Just leave them in there. All right. So now what we're going to do is we'll go out of here and we'll get into TradingView and take these indicators for a free run. It's free for 2 weeks. Make money on your first day. Make it back. You'll be billed at the end of 2 weeks. $29.95 a month. Shout me lunch. Make it back on your first day. Seriously. All right. Monster trade strategy. And again, it's in here. If you click on my trading view, go down, you'll see we kicked this off on the 13th of August. Here it is. This is the full thing. So if you watch that, you'll be up to speed. The monster trade strategy, and people who are following me at the moment are still in these trades and are profitable. So how do you get involved with this? There is an easy way, but I'm going to show you, if you're just trading it on your own without any indicators or whatever. Here's the thing. I like a 30-minute chart, and all I'm looking for is when this pulls back, so it'll rally. Let's just grab this. Okay, it'll rally, pull back, rally, pull back, rally, pull back. Okay, so on that pullback, well, just mark it up like so. Okay, use the diagonal. There's one there. Okay, so it just pulls back. And now we're in another pullback. Let's just take this out so you can see it. Oh, and that one. Okay, so we're looking for this to pull back, which it is. And then it's a very, very simple strategy. And you can set alerts for this, but all we're waiting on is when it breaks structure, BOS. There is an easier way. At the beginning of the video, I actually explained that, but for TradingView, I'm not allowed to go there. So this is the other way. And what you want to do now is grab a volume profile. We're looking at the high and the low of the most recent range. Throw the volume profile on there. All right, see how you get the high and low of this value area. All I'm looking for is two things. My first port of call would be if this trades down to the low and then it breaks structure here, that's where I go along. Okay, above this area, point of control on the volume profile. So that is a possible buy. Note buy. All right, and this gets you in. Well, what you want to catch is the, if I can find it, hang on. Okay, I've lost my drawing tool. Bear with me. I'm looking for, it's not on here. Fair enough. Oh, here it is. We're looking for the rotation. Okay, we just want that rotation as it pulls back and it starts to rotate into the next expansion. So the same thing here, I'm looking for this next rotation, right? And it's got to be held up above this. So you need to see a higher low, right? We've got a higher high, higher low. That's following through. If for some reason it holds above, see down here, you've got these nodes. This back here might hold. Okay, you've got this low value node here that could possibly hold. All right, or it might break through, but it could possibly hold. That's usually a fairly reliable support or resistance is a low value node on the volume. Down here with the point of control, this is fair value. All right, so we're trading back now through this fair value gap right here. All right, you can see it on the volume profile, fair value gap. It may hold if it holds here, and then we get this. All right, my bias then is to jump in here. You break above and then you continue up above these nodes. See this? So it's got to get above that, and then that would be another potential entry point long. Let me just make my notes. A couple of these. Note buy, right? Then just have a look at the volume profile. You've got these nodes protruding way out here. Right, so you want that to get above value, and then we go into price discovery. So that's what happened back down in here. This is value, continue, fixed range. Like this is using the volume profile, and then what we do here is just take that off. There's your value area. This is accumulation when it goes from the high to the low to the high to the low to the high to the low, right? Range bound. You break out of the range, and this is price discovery. And you want to get involved when it starts to break out of the range at the high or at the low if you're aggressive. So there's two entry points. If it's bullish, higher time frame, look at the value range, value area. When it pulls back down to the base and starts to move up, that's your cue to go long. You could go down to a 15 or a 5-minute chart to get closer to that. So that's the strategy. So then what we do is we continue to buy on these pullbacks, and we add to our position when it rallies, and then you get in again. Okay, let's just say that's starting to move. You would then take partial profits of the last one, 60% off that, and then just move that up about halfway. If price pulls back down through this trade, it's profitable. You've already made money. You are already profitable. Now, here's the thing. All of these trades back here are still running and they're profitable. You've taken 60%. Always when you open a new one, take 60% off the last one. This is my monster trade strategy. Now, if this, for whatever reason, decides to go on a bit of a dump, all of these trades, you lose them, but they're already profitable, right? So this is a wonderful strategy because, I mean, the first one's a little bit scary because you don't know if that's going to get taken out. But once you've got a couple of these in the system, you've built a buffer, you're already profitable. And then opening a new trade is just, it's risk-free. Okay, you're on top. And this is where you've got to be very, very careful that you don't go nuts with your position size. Keep it consistent, conservative, and you don't need to go in with a big position size, or changing your position size causes anxiety. You get emotional, you'll lose you'll lose the plot. Keep it. I would just go in 0. I don't know, 0.01, 0.1% of your account. Just keep it consistent and conservative, because over time, that's what happens, right? Now, if we go out of here, say to a 4H, all right, okay, we've had a deep pullback. So this was the previous example. These are all still profitable. You lose on this pullback here, right? You've lost a few, but everything that's in here is still running, right? And then as it trades to the high, at some stage you'll close everything out, or it pulls back, and then you lose all of these, right? As soon as it trades to a high and then it does something like that, I would just close the whole lot. So now we start again. This is my target right there. So we're looking to actually, right? That's my target. Every one of these trades, that's your TP right there. Apart from, whoops, I don't know what happened there. I've messed something up. But apart from taking partial profits off, the 60% off, so the 40% that's still in, they're all going to be running. Look at that, guys. Look. Okay, this is it. The monster trade. There's your target, right? So what's that worth? That's 38R. Just wrap your head around how life-changing this is. All right, now I have a system and a strategy that helps people get into these trades very easily, and I actually covered that at the beginning of the video. This is on TradingView, and I can't go there. It's against the TradingView rules to be marketing myself outside of this. So this is just price action. If you follow this strategy, good. Now, if you've got a system that already tells you when these rotations into the next expansion are kicking off, you've got it made. All right, so understand that could pull back for sure, but we look for the next bullish break of structure wherever that occurs, and then we just build. That's it. That's the monster trade. All right, and with that, I hope you have a fantastic day, safe trading, and see you in the next one.